welcome back to Spirit Videos. Today we're going to continue our series on questions about the parapsychology world. Today's question: how can I tell if a location is haunted by a ghost or evil entity? This particular question is being answered by my Chief of Staff, Andrew Brooks. And in short, you can't be certain for sure that it is an evil entity or it's not an evil entity. Evil entities have been known to use deceit to portray they are ghosts of a harmless spirit, sometimes even children's spirits. And initially, on presentation, they tend to be very nonviolent, very mild, very non-active. Now, I do want to point out there is a difference between evil spirits and demonic spirits. We're not talking about demonic spirit. We're talking about an evil spirit. Now, evil spirit may become a demonic spirit, or maybe a demonic spirit, cloaking itself as an evil spirit. But these are things that are malice. A lot of times we describe them as malicious. They mean to do damage and so forth. A lot of times these are the spirits that, if they can, will cause physical harm and so forth. They don't have, where most spirits try to let you know they're there, and it's more along the lines of letting you know that they're around. These spirits are there to try to drive you from the house more than anything. So, according to experts in the area of parapsychology, ghosts are limited in appearance. They can use mild odor, sometimes occasionally the ability to move small objects. Evil entities have the ability to take different forms or have the knowledge far beyond what one person would be able to know. Can move heavy objects. They can move a lot of, they have a heavier energy. So when moving of objects we call kinesis. So when they move an object or they display kinesis, they can do it fairly easily and at will, or can introduce even bad odors. They a lot of times will have extremely nasty smells. Now again, as we say in Spirit, we are a group that our methodology is that of debunking. So make sure there isn't a dead animal somewhere in the residence or building that you're smelling. That can cause the same thing. Evil entities tend to have power and will. Most anomalies, entities, spirits, as they appear, the more they appear, they gradually run out of energy. And as they run out of energy, it then turns and it decreases the amount of kinesis and activity they have. They start responding less. There's larger gaps between maybe EVP responses because they've lost that energy and they have to build it back up. Evil entities don't seem to have that defect. They seem to have an overwhelming amount of power and can only use it for kinesis, but can respond rapidly and so forth. So something to understand about these. Negative energy, which is what drives most of these evil anomalies and entities, is not something to be toyed with. The only reason an evil entity has a dealing with people is to torment or hurt them. Again, they're trying to drive you from the house, they're trying to scare you, they're trying to do something very negative all the way around. Fortunately, the vast majority of paranormal activity is related to the spirit of someone who's been living and has some sort of connection to something, either a person, an object, or a place. Keep in mind that much like people, ghosts can be an entire spectrum of personalities. They were once living, and we find that they tend to be nearly the same person in death. Ghosts can be playful, happy, bored, confused, angry, scared, even mean or evil. The ghost of a former killer is still not an energy you want to mess around with. So if this is a haunted of possibly someone who was involved in a murder or someone who's wronged in life, who's looking for revenge, again, we don't really know what allows a person who passes to remain in the spirit realm. We know some do. Some do to protect children, some for very good reasons, obviously, to try to guide families, guardian angel, if you will, type of situation. Others do it out of revenge, malice. If they were killed, sometimes they come back to expose their murderer. Documentation going back into the 1600s and 1700s show this quite often, especially in Europe. So it's a possibility. The key thing to remember is be very careful. If you think you have an evil entity, reach out to us. And if you're not in our state, we'll try to help you find a group of like-minded methodology that would be more than happy to investigate and has a good reputation. we're trying to build friends out there. So if any groups out there use the debunking methodology, would like to reach out to us in another state that would like to cover that state for us, and somebody we can send references to, we're always interested in that. So on behalf of Spirit, I hope you enjoyed this segment.